What's going on, my friends? Cubs fan Han here for yet another Star Wars Top 25 Galaxy of Heroes video, the first in 2020. And my friends, we are joined by the most special guest in the history of the Cubs fan Han channel. The most honorable, esteemed guest we have ever brought on this channel. The one, the only, Gary!
Hey, everybody! Grand Admiral sucks!
Can't believe you guys thought that would actually happen. Jeez.
Like the video for Gary. He just shot all of you for not liking it, so he'll probably miss, but...
See this guy? His aim is always ready to go, so make sure you like the video right now, ladies and gentlemen, or else there will be consequences.
There will be consequences.
Just, you gotta believe it.
Oh, man, so we gotta talk about the top 25. I don't know, you've probably joined me for one of these videos before, but I think it's been quite some time.
It's been a while, yeah. I can't say it's been too recent, but I know for sure we've done this at some point way back in the past.
All right, we got a lot of characters to talk about. Let's just jump right into it. No more small talk. Get Gary out of here. We gotta
get to that 10-minute mark.
Serious now. I think we'll go well past that. All right, Asajj Ventress, number 25. She dropped 2 spots. Nihilus, he stayed the same. Or he was not rated, I mean. Wat Tambor, his first time ever on the list. R2-D2 jumped 2 spots from last month. Rey Jedi Training in at number 21. She jumped 1 spot. Nest is down 1 spot. We got Brood Alpha in at number 19. He dropped 1 spot. 5s plus 2. C-3PO minus 1. And then Grand Admiral Thrawn dropped 4 spots. Our biggest drop of the poll. So, Arnold, Grand Admiral, what are your thoughts of the first group of 10?
All right. Ooh, I mean, some of these characters do belong here, and some of these guys I think do not belong here.
Okay, let's talk about
the ones I want to point out. Rey and R2-D2. I think they're good characters. I don't know if Rey is ranked higher than things like Wat Tambor. Rey is losing a lot of viability in PvP, in that aspect at least. R2-D2. Not finding a lot for me. He's still like a top 50 character in this game, don't get me wrong, or some crazy number like that, but I don't know if he's a top 25 character in the game right now. Losing a lot of viability, and even Commander Luke teams, they're finding a lot of other ways to kind of work without him nowadays. People would rather use Wat Tambor over R2-D2, so I'm surprised to see Wat Tambor ranked that much lower.
Wat's almost the new R2-D2 in some ways.
Kind of, and I'm surprised this is the first time you're bringing him on the list, or your audience is bringing him on the list, because he's the best plug-and-play character of 2019, and the best plug-and-play character we've had since the dawn of Enfys Nest, I think.
I feel like people are just... It took people a bit to respect the footage they were seeing, and now they're experiencing it more firsthand. But I think there's a pretty legitimate case that Wat Tambor should be maybe the most underrated character on this list, because he is insanely good. Rey Jedi Training...
Empire, helps Commander Luke, he helps Padme Amidala. You can use him in General Grievous' team. He works in every single
You could probably make Cup good with this guy.
Seriously, I bet there's some secret code we got to break here.
I feel like Rey, though, what I would say, probably in my humble opinion, top 15 character. Rey Jedi Training, I think she deserves to be top 25, but probably about where she's at. I would say maybe top 20, probably not. Mostly because we found a very viable, one of the most viable teams in the game for the light side Geonosis territory battles, and go 4 out of 4. To me, that's really, really valuable right now in the game, and I think that's probably why she's showing up on the list.
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, I know for sure she's still one of the best Phase 1 teams in the Sith raid and stuff like that.
If you care about that, yeah.
If you care about that, yeah. And then the territory battles things. It does hinge a lot on where you're going to use your C-3PO, because Padme can also 4-4 clear a lot of these battles too. So if you have C-3PO and you don't have Padme, then yeah, throw him with Jedi Training Green might be the way to go. I think it should be a little bit lower, but I think I could definitely take that argument. And Thrawn, seeing him at 16 above a lot of these characters, I don't know. I know he's a great plug-and-play character. That fracture is going to be still important to the end of time, but I think he's losing his edge a little bit in the game right now. I mean, he's
Grand Admiral is calling the Grand... You've got some competition over here right now. You're the Grand Admiral. You've got this, like... You know,
Thrawn's overrated.
This is corporate politics. You're trying to throw your coworker under the bus.
I love him. He's my brother, but man, I gotta keep it real. I gotta keep it 100, baby. And 5s being above Brood Alpha. Fives is important for the 5-0 first team, but Genos and Brood Alpha forms a whole entire team. And it's so I maybe we're splitting hairs there, but I think Genos and Brood Alpha is definitely the better character all around. And it's you can use them with Darth Revan, for example. You want to do Darth Revan with
a lot of people do.
Brood Alpha and the minion summon tank. I think that's something to consider, because Fives is mostly used in the clone lineup, and I don't know, but I think Brood Alpha should be a little bit ahead of Fives. But other than that, I can see most of these guys in this list, with the exception of R2D2.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree. I think Brood Alpha is probably a bit underrated. Not a ton. I feel like Watt is very underrated.
Right, yeah,
Brood Alpha
underrated,
a bit underrated. There's so much you can counter with him. You can counter Jedi Revens. He's a very. You have to plan around him for your defensive plan for Grand Arena if he's gonna be there. And at high relics,
100%.
those bugs get disgusting. If you can counter them with Treya, but if you've got a high relic bug team, you better have a high relic Treya team, or they'll slice right through you.
Yeah, you need a very specific high relics and crit avoidance on Trey if you want to survive. It's always a heart attack when you're doing those battles.
Indeed. All right, let's get to the next group of 10. Number 15, Han Solo. He went down 2 spots. Treya went down, or she stayed the same, rather.
Okay, cool.
Rex jumped 4 spots on the list, our biggest jump of the list this year. Or this year, yeah. Chewbacca, he jumped 3 spots. That a boy, Chewie. Yoda's in at number 11. He dropped a spot. Commander Luke swaps places with him. He's at number 10. And then we've got General Kenobi. He stayed the same. Bastila dropped 1. Jedi Knight Anakin dropped 1. And Padme jumped 2 spots. How do you feel about this? I've got some strong feelings about this one. I'm curious to hear what you think.
Treya makes sense. The staple team for Grand Arena, counters a lot of stuff out there. The most consistent way of taking out a Geo team and trying to snag a couple extra banners. I can see that. Rex having the biggest jump on this list makes a ton of sense. His rework brought so much viability to him. Yeah, it's just that the Annihilate. He's important for the Genos' territory battles, Republic offensive. Works with Shock T. Works
super
with,
fast.
It works with General Skywalker. The number one thing now when you're fighting General Skywalkers is how the heck do you outrun Captain Rex now? Because he feeds so much Terminator tenacity up. He's just so important. And if you don't have Shock T or General Skywalker, Captain Rex with his own team leading, that's important as well. Maybe you can make use of R2D2, Captain Rex, 5s, Echo, stealth everyone, make you go after 5s or something like that. A lot of crazy stuff you can do with Rex nowadays.
Just like we used to hide the Nihilus,
Yeah, the only other 2 that kind of throw me off a little bit might be Commander Luke on her. I don't know if he's top 10, but maybe top 25 for sure. Yes, when you get all the relics together and all the gear for the Rebels, Han, Chewbacca, CLS, yes, you can counter General Skywalker and basically every single team in this game, but that, I don't know. There's a lot of teams that could beat a lot of each other nowadays. I'm not sure if he's top 10. I don't know.
10. See, having the ability to beat General Skywalker, though, there's so few teams that can do that. You've got a really good Darth Revan team can do it. A really solid Padme team can do it. And CLS. I mean, is that it? I don't know if I've seen a Grievous team really manage it comfortably.
Not comfortably.
It's probably possible because he's just so good. But he's on such a short list of teams that can counter that. And that having that counter ability against General Skywalker, if you don't have it, that could be the sole difference between winning and losing a Grand Arena championship or your guild being able to handle a territory war. And so, I don't know. Maybe not
I feel
top
better
10.
if Han Solo and Commander Luke were switched around, because the Commander Luke team cannot work unless you have that first stun from Han Solo. I think Han Solo's a lot more plug and play than Commander Luke right now. Commander Luke by himself is gonna end nowadays. Not as deadly as he used to be way back when in plug and play. You need a lot of
it
pieces.
is that leadership ability. And,
it's just the leader ability. Yeah, his kid himself is just okay, and him getting Chewie to assist is kind of important.
The Terminator strip is great too. I mean, 100% on his first special. I forget what it's called now. I used to have that right on my tip of my tongue, but anyway, they're all top. I think they're all top 15. Yeah, I think they're all top 15 characters at least, and so they're all sitting there. Maybe we swap spaces with Rex. Even take Rex at 10 and put Commander Luke down there. I think I'd feel better about that.
Yeah, something like that. I think Rex is definitely a lot better than Commander Luke right now, because CLS is just he's an offensive-heavy team. He's not a good defensive team. And when you're comparing all these top-end stuff right now, he's just a good counter to a lot of stuff, which is why in top-end Grand Arena, you don't really see too many Commander Lukes on defense, because they're used to take out a lot of things. You can underdog a lot of teams with them, or you can try to get a really good team together to try to take down a General Anakin Skywalker. But it's not something much you're going to see on defense nowadays. I think the other thing to kind of talk about is Jedi Knight Anakin saying that he fell. kind of, I don't know, maybe bothers me a little. He's in top 10 still. That's a good thing, at least, because he's got one of the best ships. He's important for Republic offensive. He is needed to really take Padme to the next level. It's almost mandatory if you want to really make Padme counter things like General Anakin Skywalker. I think that, just you can use them in like a Shakti clone nuke lineup. You can use them with Jedi Knight Revan and the take on Sith Empire teams out there. A lot of ways you can kind of fill in Jedi Knight Anakin and a variety of teams out there. A little bit more so than Padme, but Padme does have that fantastic lead that makes any type of Galactic Republic team at least be usable. Padme of Chewbacca, Clone Wars Chewbacca, can counter a non-Malik Sith Empire team.
If you can make Clone Wars Chewie good, you deserve a medal, I think.
Take Chewie's medal that he always needed and give it to Padme, right?
All right, let's actually, because I want to talk a little bit more about Padme and Anakin. I think it'll make a little more sense doing it with the full top 10 visible. So let's reveal the last 5 here. We got General Grievous fell to 5. He swapped places with Jedi Knight Revan, who overtook him. We'll talk about that. Darth Revan, he fell a spot. He was swapped by General Skywalker, and then Malik stayed right where he has been now for several months at his stronghold. I think we can probably both agree that Malik deserves to be number 1.
100. He's the king of 3v3. That's one thing we noticed in Grand Arena. He is the reason why Sith Empire teams are so good. It's because of him. Before Darth Malik, Sith Empire teams were kind of easy to beat. Malik is the key, and he's so good standalone viability too, much more so than General Anakin Skywalker. I think really the only two that kind of up for debate is if Jedi Knight Revan is ahead of General Grievous.
And then if Padme's ahead of both of them.
Yeah, if Padme's ahead of both of them.
Because I think you can make a case for that. We've talked before on this channel that Padme might be the best team in this game. I think we could both agree that Anakin is the second best Relic 7 in this game behind General Grievous and Cup, of course. So should Padme have swapped places with Jedi Knight Revan here? I think we've got the 4 best teams in the game in the top 6, right? I think the best teams in the game are going to be Padme, General Skywalker, Darth Revan, and General Grievous. And I don't feel like Jedi Revan is one of those. So I feel like he's the odd sheep in here, or the black sheep.
I mean, Darth Revan and Malik are the most used team in the game. But if I had to rank the top teams, it'd be a fully relic General Skywalker team, Sith Empire, then Padme, Grievous, and then I'd put Jedi Knight Revan right under Grievous.
Yeah,
I know Jedi Knight Revan is an important counter to General Grievous. It gets a little dicey. If they go all in on Jolie, they're going to send you back to where your mother brought you into the world. So that's... and then Grievous is a lot more plug and play than Jedi Knight Rev, and you can use him in a droid nuke lineup. Of course, there's a lot of different separatist mix and mash stuff going on there. So I think that's the other thing. The only thing that Jedi Knight Revan really has over Grievous is he does have a better raid team in the Sith raid, but in territory battles, Grievous is way more valuable than Jedi Knight Revan.
And maybe you would say Jedi Knight Revan, the main edge that he gets that maybe bumps him up is that raid viability, but I just feel like that's kind of an outdated consideration now with how long the raid's been around. How many of us are actually taking advantage of that? I mean, when was the last time you did raid damage? I don't know about you, but I haven't done raid damage in months. I just hit join.
Last time I tried, I was with my General Anakin Skywalker. I got 28 million in phase 1 without really even thinking at all. That blew my mind. Other than that, I don't really do it too much unless I'm really trying to get
tested out your new toy.
Yeah, I just want to test out my new toy, and it breaks the raid basically. So, Revan, I think he belongs in this top 5 or 6 spot. I just think he should be a little bit lower than Padme and Grievous.
So if we were to reorder this, tell me how you feel about Darth Malik number 1, Skywalker 2, Darth Revan 3, Padme 4, Grievous 5, Jedi Knight Revan 6. Or maybe Jedi Knight Anakin 6, Jedi Knight Revan 7.
Somewhere 6 or 7 for Jedi Knight Revan. I would not put him any lower than 7 in this game, but yeah, it becomes a little bit of a debate between Jedi Knight Anakin and Revan. I mean, Anakin, to make one of the better Malik counters, you need Jedi Knight Anakin for it. So Jedi Knight Revan needs the help of a lot of people, and it's a tough call for that spot. But I don't know if Jedi Knight Revan should be top 5 characters in this game right now.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree. So this is what the pollster said, though. I mean, it is a group of over 50 end game experts of this game that have been playing the game for about 4 years each. And so that's what their average of opinion came to. But if you and me were to do this, that's how we would do it. What would you guys do differently on this list? Let me give you a full look at the list. Here we go, right here. Boom. top 25. I think we could probably agree almost everybody we'd say comfortably deserves to be here. And at the end of the day, there are a lot of great characters in this game. To make the top 25 says you are among the elite of this game. We debated maybe R2 shouldn't be there. Maybe, who was the other one? Nihilus maybe shouldn't be there. Other than that, you feel pretty much good about everyone else?
Yeah, I mean, if I had to delete someone off this list, it would take out R2D2 and move Wat Tambor much, much higher than he is right now. Definitely above things like Jedi Training Ray for sure.
We got a lobby for Wat Tambor to be much higher. I'll have to bring you into the Discord server with the pollsters, and we'll lecture them all month.
I'll make sure Cup is number 1 next time. Okay.
Funny story. So last month when I did this, it was a public poll, and the reason why I'm hesitant to do public polls is because I actually had 5 people rank Cup number 1 and Ugnaught number 2, and I just had to go in and manually remove their polls.
Wow,
like,
you're such an elitist. Oh my goodness!
Yeah, obviously,
you're the reason why the Electoral College exists.
Get rid of the Electoral College. That's the moral of our video.
General population. Maybe we could become president if we got rid of the Electoral College.
Arnold for president. I'm vice, and Gary is going to be our secretary. Actually, no, just make Gary your vice president.
He'll be the Senate.
He'll be the Senate. Moral of the story: like this video for Gary. Gary is the MVP of this video. Does Gary have any final comments before we end it?
Let me see, Gary. I want to talk to the audience. Tell them our biggest secret to become the greatest gamer in the galaxy.
Well, harder!
End the video right there.